Hi everybody in YouTube world, it's June, your Tarot Queen. I want to try something a little different today, but before I get to that, I want to tell you about this t-shirt that I'm wearing. It's a Tennessee Vows t-shirt, and what happened was there was this little kid and he was going to school, I guess elementary school, and everybody said to wear their favorites, college football team. Well, he didn't have a Tennessee Vows t-shirt, so he got him an orange shirt and he got a white piece of paper and he drew this on the piece of paper and then pinned it to his shirt. Well, he got made fun of. Of course, the Vows got wind of this, course, sent him a t-shirt, and they also made a design out of his t-shirt, which I thought was pretty cool and helped fundraise. So that's one of the reasons why I really like the Tennessee Vows. Holly had a chance to go there, but she said, Mom, I'll never go to school. I'll be at football practice, volleyball practice, basketball practice, baseball practice, whatever kind of athletic practice there was. So we're like, okay, well, not here then. Anyway, also wanted to say I did finally decide on kind of a simple name for the new email address that you can contact me at. And it is June Wagner 633 at yahoo.com. That's pretty easy, right? It's June Wagner at 633 yahoo.com. So, I wanted to do something a little different. I'm going to be using the deck of Thelma. I'm not a big Aleister Crowley fan, so please do not think that I am, because I am not. I've got a lot of work to do, so that's why my hair is up and I'm wearing no makeup. I am wearing some opal. These are Ethiopian opals, and they kind of remind me of a little rattlesnake tail. So I'll be looking out for rattlesnakes today while I'm outside doing my laying some more brick, doing some brick therapy, as they say. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to take the court cards, because in my my last reading, my last live actually, we were talking a lot about horoscopes, and your horoscopes are in the tarot deck, as well as numerology and a lot of other divination aspects within the tarot. But I thought what I would do is take the court cards out and kind of shuffle them and see if I could figure out what general horoscope is for the for the person that might be needing a reading today. This might narrow it down, and you could have one of these in your rising sign, your moon sign, your sun sign, so it doesn't necessarily mean it won't hit you, because you never know unless you've had your chart done. I think I've got them all, but just to make sure. Nope, I missed one. Missed a Scorpio. Oh. And a Sag. Oh, imagine that. Let me make sure I got everybody before we do this shuffle. So you see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 court cards. Well, minus the knights, because they're action. They're not a horoscope. You also have a major arcana, but that really depends on your birthday or year. So mine happens to be Temperance, which I don't really like too much, but I just want to make sure I got everybody. I think I do. I didn't see the Queen of Wands. Oh, there she is. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle these. I'm going to shuffle these, and we will see who pops out of the reading it is supposed to be. Wow, there's motion at my front door. Who knew? Nobody comes to see me. But anyway, we're gonna shuffle these up a little bit, so I don't know who will be pulled, and then I'm gonna shuffle the others back into the deck. So the overriding reading will be for whatever horoscope person this comes out, and then if they get some other horoscope individuals, it might be helping them, or it might be a family member or something that they need to talk to about something, but who knows. But I'm going to shuffle these, and I think we're going to take this one because it just kind of flew out. So I'm going to put it here, taking the rest of these, and I'm going to sporadically put them in the deck somewhere, just so nobody thinks, you know, all those cards are going to be right there beside each other or whatever, because they won't be. I don't think. They might be by the time I get through shuffling. Okay, so there was one left out, as you see there, and I put the others back in there just randomly. I didn't place them anywhere in particular because, you know, there's 78 cards. I'm not counting them all to be stacking no deck. I ain't got time for that. So anyway, this reading is for a Scorpio type of individual. Okay, so this is the over reading. This is for a Scorpio type of individual. And I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but it's late October, early November is a Scorpio. And it normally cuts off at like the 21st or the 20th of each month. So, and it goes over to the other. And there is a difference between, like, say, a October Scorpio and a November Scorpio. There's also a difference between a male and a female. So you have to keep those things in mind as we're going through the Scorpio's reading. So I'm going to shuffle as I normally do. And these are kind of thick cards, so these are just the cards I picked for today. And one came out, or was wanting to stay already. So I'm going to do this little number. That one came out. Those two came out. Okay. Wow. Okay. I guess that's still for her, or for this Scorpio type of individual. And remember, Scorpions are very intuitive. They love hard, as well as Cancers do. But Scorpios can hold a grudge, so be careful what you do. They can hold a grudge. Okay. That one. This one too? Oh, that one too. Okay. Is this all you have to say? Nope, apparently not. Got a lot to say about this Scorpio, so let's see. I'm probably not going to do this every time I do a live, But I just thought it would be fun to do something a little bit different, okay? So anyway, and if you guys like it, maybe we'll continue. And again, if you like my channel, please give me a thumbs up and hit like and subscribe, okay? And if you want to see my lives, hit the bell. I am going to try to do a Thursday live. I'm going to try to do it a little bit later, about 4:30 this week. It's going to be 4:30, just before Easter, Good Friday, just before the Good Friday. I don't know why they call it Good Friday, where they tortured a man to death. But anyway, it's Good Friday. So it'll be the Thursday before then, around 4:30-ish. 3:34. Whoa. Well, that was weird. I just bent my card. Whoops. Okay. Is this what you're trying to tell me? Is that all you have to say for the Scorpio? And Scorpios would rather buy something than make it. You know, they like things that are handmade, but they don't like to normally make it, if that makes sense. They like for other people to make it. I think that's it for this. So what I want to concentrate mostly is on these two cards that kind of flipped up. So it's saying that, you know, their money is okay. They're doing the same thing over and over again, kind of bored with it. So they're looking for other opportunities or trying to keep their eyes open or ears open. And they're not really listening to their intuitive nature. Because if they were, they would know that sometimes opportunities knock very softly. And also they would know that within what they're doing, there may be an opportunity to grow. So they might need to stick it out for a minute. So that's about their financial and creative. Like I said, they don't really like to make this stuff, but they like to buy handmade and support local. They're very people conscious, if you know what I mean. And of course, sun kiss. I've been talking so much, it is melting my ice. So, again, they do have a good ideal. However, I don't believe they believe, this is a major arcana, that it'll get off the ground. And, you know, I always say, if you don't believe in it, it ain't gonna happen. You gotta believe. You gotta believe that you can do it. You gotta believe that if you can dream it, you can achieve it. In the words of Walt Disney himself. They might be having some legal issues. And I have a feeling this might be with an ex. And, you know, they might be tied up in that. It's not working to their favor. Even though they're trying, and it happens a lot, you know, it's happened to me, it's happened to a friend of mine, that sometimes the legal system is not just. As you know, there are people on death row that did not do it. So, I mean, they're having an issue with an ex, and this is a Leo, no, this is an Aries type of individual that they're having a problem with. And it could be anywhere from a car accident to their ex. But I really feel like this is a family person that they're having some legal issues with. And that's the worst kind, because we're supposed to help each other, right? So it's really hard sometimes to battle exes over anything, for that matter. They are fighting amongst the family quite a bit. And like I said, hold on now, y'all. You don't want to mess with a Scorpio. you will not feel that sting until you feel that sting. And it may be years down the road that they come back and they bite you, and you will feel it. It's like they don't have the patience to wait on karma, but they have a little patience to wait till you forgot about it. And then they'll come back and they will get you. So be careful what you're saying to a Scorpio, y'all. I ain't playing. Be careful, because this family feud is far from over, even when you think it's over. The judge has done the gavel. He said, whatever. It ain't over. I used to say to the fat lady sings, and I ain't singing, so it ain't over. But that ideal, and again, this is a start, and this ideal about income and what to do with it, I believe it's a good ideal. They're not believing in it. They're not believing in their self and able to achieve it. So Scorpios out there, let me tell you, you can do it. Listen to your intuition. You guys are so in tuned normally that it is kind of scary. And I thought I was in tune, but you guys are so much more on a scale that normally listens to their intuition. But sometimes no matter what you do, that whatever you signed up for to come down here and do or learn or teach, sometimes there are challenges, which remind me to tell you about my alligator dream. But the last card for this Scorpio is, they feel comfortable with the love that they feel, or the love that they felt for probably that ex. However, they're ready to give love and be loved on that same level. So they're ready to be more comfortable and feel it and not be mistaken or not being misled, if that makes any sense. It makes no sense to me, but whoever's this reading is for, I hope it makes sense to them. But anyway, so my alligator dream. I dreamed that some people were fighting this alligator. It's a big old alligator. Huge. Biggest one I've ever seen. And I've been to Gatorland. Anyway, I looked up the analogy of dreams, alligators and dreams. And it was talking about obstacles. And I was like, well, yeah, I've had a few of those for sure. Well, sometimes every time you walk through a door, you open it and there's bricks there. It's already been bricked up, so I got to get me a little pick and start picking at it, I guess. So yeah, there's obstacles. There was even an obstacle today with me trying to pay my water bill. The road was tore up. They're working on it, and there was no way to get there from where I was. I would have had to gone all the way to a different city and back up to pay my water bill. So I just melted. So anyway, but it was just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And this week has been a very challenging week with, it's just challenging. That's all we're going to say. But, you find ways around those obstacles. I just put a postage stamp on it, and surely the mailman can get there from here. I don't know. But, and they have a P.O. box, so I guess they can get to the post office because it's like on the other side too. So I don't know. But anyway, I hope they get their money. But I'm telling you, challenges are everywhere. For real. For everybody. It's not just me. It's for everybody. Some people have more than others, and some people find different ways around them or creative ways around them. And I say, if you don't know a way around an obstacle, ask somebody. Get a card reading. You never know. You never know what you will get out of those. So I am going to kind of make this kind of a little short one. And again, if you guys like my channel, please hit like and subscribe. It costs you nothing at all, but it really does help me. It really, really does. And my beautiful friend, Eleanor, and I call her a friend. I don't know her personally, but I mean, I do, but I don't. It's kind of weird. But, I really appreciate her, and she is going to be starting a quilt very soon. And we decided between the two of us that we're going to wait till I get to 2,500 subscribers. So that's not very far off. And then she'll make another maybe when I hit 5,000. And then, you know, we'll see what happens from there. You guys, they're beautiful. If you haven't checked it out, go to her page, and I will leave a link to her page, as well as my new email address for you guys to contact me if you would like a private consultation reading with me. And that also helps me too. I know I have to charge, and I don't feel like I charge too much. But anyway, if you're interested, please send me an email. I will leave that in the descriptions. So if you don't get to read all the way down, hit those little 3 dots and go, and it'll give you more of what the description is. So I hope that you guys have an absolute fantastic day. And with all of that being said, stay mystical. And I'm getting ready to go do some brick therapy. So I'm out of here.